Well, there you are. Welcome to Blackstone, Virginia, the center of the world. And it's always chilly in my big old house, so I wear my Superman cape. Anyway, the title of this talk is The Naughty Knots. K-N-O-T-S. Naughty Knots. This was the name of my houseboat. When we lived in North Miami in 1970 for a couple of years on a houseboat, and we named it the Naughty Knots. And this was a old skateboard, and of course it's reversed because I'm on mirror, but it's Naughty Knots. And this is at the time I thought it was clever, but I didn't realize the depth of Naughty Knots. And here I am. I mean, this was 1970, and here I am now, 1924, and Naughty Knots, I'm still sailing on Naughty Knots. See, a houseboat is naughty. Particularly the ones we lived on, because it was kind of like a trailer on a fiberglass bottom, and it had two outboards in the back. But it was a trailer, and it floated, and you could go somewhere in it. But we didn't. We once we bought it and docked it, that was it. We never took it out. The Naughty Knots never went anywhere, because it was like steering a trailer. Anyway, but a houseboat is ambiguous. Houseboat is naughty. A houseboat is neither a boat or a house. It's a houseboat. So it's like 1 minute it's a house, and then it can be a boat. A friend of mine came to visit us from New York, and he got seasick in my house. Lived on a river. Boats went by, the house went woo. Anyway, Naughty Knots is ironic. So I'm making the leap now on my houseboat all the way to 2024, where I expand on the irony of Zen. Zen is an ironic teaching. If you think Zen is like a manual on how to fix your computer, you're going to be reading that manual a long time, and your computer is never going to get fixed, because it's ironic. If you're going to fix a machine, you want something clear and distinct. When I go to the market with my wife's shopping list, I want it to be clear and distinct. I don't want any ambiguity in there. Or what does she mean here? Does she mean this or that? Because when that happens, I'm always going to choose the wrong one, and I'll be naughty when I get home. Oh, you naughty boy. Okay, so Naughty Knots and Zen, how are we going to connect that together? Well, the most famous koan of Zen is Joshu's Mu. Joshu's Mu. This is called a breakthrough koan. It's a perfect koan. This one cannot be cracked by psychology, by philosophy, by your intellect, by guessing, by any means whatever. Mu is impenetrable. It is unbreakable. That's why it's a breakout koan. Mu is a naughty knot. It's naughty. So let's look into Naughty Knots and Mu here. See if we can break through something. Now, the basic story of Joshu's Mu, and I've said this on here before, but I'll keep repeating it, because who knows who's on here now. A monk came to Joshu, who was a famous Zen master, and he said he finally got an audience. Maybe he'd been waiting. Like when you go see the guru, you have to wait, and maybe he won't accept you. And the first patriarch, Heiku, went to see Bodhidharma. He had to stand in the snow. And finally, to get his attention, he cut off his right arm. And finally, the great sage turned and said, "What do you want?" It's kind of like that. So finally, the monk got Joshua's attention, and Joshua said, "What do you want?" And the monk said, "Does a dog have Buddha nature? Does a dog have Buddha nature?" This is like going to a priest and say, "Is the Pope Catholic?" You see? Is the Pope Catholic? Well, that's absurd. So why would this monk, who obviously was a student of Buddhism, which basically the axiom of Buddhism is that all beings have Buddha nature, whatever that is, all beings have Buddha nature, and so even a dog. So Joshua was kind of like putting a gotcha catcher. It's a gotcha question from one point of view. If why is this thing blinking all the time? So if Joshua said, yes, a dog does have Buddha nature, click that box, yes, that wouldn't really be answering the monk's real question. Because he wasn't there waiting in line, maybe standing in the snow to see Joshua to ask him a Google question, like information, something utterly absurd. That's not what the monk was asking. So if Joshua said yes, he would not be answering the monk's question. And if he said no, he would be denying the Buddha Bible. You see. So Joshua was kind of caught in the gotcha question. If you say yes, you're wrong. If you say no, you're wrong. Now what are you going to do, Joshua? So Joshua said spontaneously, he didn't think this up. Oh, what should I say? What should I say? He said spontaneously, "Mu." Now in Japanese, "mu" means no. So Joshua said no. But he wasn't saying no to the monk's question, or was he? See, Joshua's mu, or no, is a naughty knot. Now, you remember when, I forget when it was, but it was fun and cute, fashionably, to say not. So like you would say, I'm going to have a good time at the store today. Not. That's a naughty knot. Or you have a dinner. You're a host. You cook a great meal. And your guest just wipes the plate up with the bread, just cleans the plate and says, "This is the worst meal I ever had." Not. That's an ironic no. In other words, the guest said no, but she meant yes. That's irony. Irony means the opposite of what it says. But now with Joshua's mu, this is a real knot, a naughty knot, because it's not really just ironic. He wasn't saying no because I mean yes, the dog has Buddha nature. Something else is going on here. And we need to untie this knot. So this is, Joshua had the monk was suffering because he wanted to have his mind put at rest. He wanted to get out of the knot where everything was what it wasn't. Life is ironic that way. You get a new car and immediately something goes wrong with it. Every positive you get will turn into a negative. And this is kind of like the suffering that Buddha was talking about. You see, there is no permanent satisfaction. Every satisfaction turns into dissatisfaction. Oh, I want a donut. And if you eat one donut, and after you eat the donut, you're done with donuts. Or if you eat too many, now the donut makes you sick. Anyway, every yes turns into no. So how do you get out of this knot? So Zen really is a teaching that puts you into a knot out of which you cannot get untied with your intellect. Your logic, your rational mind cannot untie the naughty knot, cannot tie the knot of consciousness itself. Consciousness itself, the very way we think and perceive, always comes as a pair of opposites, just like on Noah's Ark. See, Noah's Ark was a world full of pairs of opposites, like this. All right? Now, I know I've showed this before. There's the old hag, there's her eye, there's her nose, and there's the princess. And there's the princess' right cheek, and her little eyelid, you see, and her necklace. So you got the hag and the princess. So the monk comes to Joshua and says, hey, which is it? Is this a picture of a hag or a princess? Which is it? Hag or princess? And Joshua says, moo. So what is he saying? It's a hag or is it a princess? He's saying moo. So this moo is like a no that is beyond the princess and the hag. Joshua's moo transcends or is beyond your knot of what should I do? Should I go left or right? Should I marry this person or that? Should I get this job or that? Should I buy this or that? Am I good or am I bad? Am I going to be a success or a failure? All of our quandaries, you see, our knots are put in this dual delivery system of what should I do? We go to the therapist, we go to the priest, we go to Google, everywhere. Everybody wants to know what to do. What's the way? What's the way? What should I do? Give me instructions. Tell me what to do. And Joshua says, moo. So Joshua was not telling him what to do. But Joshua was answering his question, but not in the way the monk expected to be answered. Joshua was going somewhere entirely else. So this little drama with the master Joshua and the monk is in a little mini drama, is a little play, is a little movie, is a little puzzle, is a glass with the monk and is a little glass, you see. So just like this, my wife made these out of this, this is a little coaster. This contains, see how this circle here? This contains a contradiction. This contains ambiguity. The hag is the princess is the hag. They're different, but you can't separate them, you see. You can't separate them. If you change the hag, put a little makeup on her, you destroy the princess. If you change the princess, you change the hag. This is the question. This is the monk. You see, this is the quandary of the monk. Am I a hag or am I a princess? Buddha says everybody's a princess. Everybody has Buddha nature, but I feel like a hag. You see, my feelings says one thing. I'm no good. I'm not worthy. I don't know what to do. I'm fucked up. You see? But God says I'm okay, or Buddha says I'm okay, but I don't feel okay. What's the problem here? Joshua says, no, moo. All right, so this is going on. So basically, Joshua's moo is not describing anything, but it is a recipe for your action. When you come to a knotty knot, K-N-O-T, in your life where there's contradiction and you don't know what to do, crossroads, summon up your being, summon up the whole universe, summon up your unity and say, moo. So this is kind of like a fist This is kind of like moo. It's kind of like a affirmation of your resilience, of your life, of your power. Moo. So this moo is the shout of I am. This moo is the first word. Moo, in the Catholic prayer, speak but the word and your soul will be healed. Well, moo is the first word. Moo is the word before words. Moo is your face before your parents were born, before words were born. So moo is not language. Moo is a affirmation of your true nature. Moo is an affirmation, a shout of your Buddha nature. I am. I am. Thank God Almighty, I am, you see. Free at last. I am. I'm free from the knot. So when you shout moo directly into your knot, it just opens up. And the knot wasn't even there. Nancy Reagan told me this. Just say no.